Hi guys, welcome to Sessions from the Shed with me, Seth Cox.
Tom Carey.
Dan Elston.
As you can see from the money generated from the last video, lots of money generated. We bought our own studio.
Big old
Well,
set.
In New York.
That's actually incorrect because we made no money.
So they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I actually thought, Tom, we're going to have to cut down on our hand gestures because we might knock the tea over.
Can't knock the
That's
tea
specifically you, Seth, because you and your hand gestures, you're like...
See what I mean? That was close. Right, so today we'll be talking about...
over. 2018.
And our top 5 films, bottom 3 films, most anticipated for next year, biggest surprise of this year.
Bloody hell, that's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things to fit into one video, but we're going to do it.
Oh
gonna
yes,
do it.
oh yes.
Right, so we're going to start with the top 5 films of 2018. I'll kick it off.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Deadpool 2.
Of course it is.
I'm sick of you talking about Deadpool.
Yeah, we won't go on too much about it because obviously it was in the last video, which if you haven't watched, go back and watch, spoke about all our favourite Marvel films.
And obviously it's probably not that good.
And just to clarify, this isn't all Marvel.
No.
Well, it might be on Dan's list, but it's definitely not on my list. I think that's a bit on my list, but yeah. Okay, for me, in ranking, we're going to be ranking 5 to 1. I'd say Isle of Dogs. I really enjoyed Isle of Dogs as a film.
Okay.
It was something different that Wes Anderson did, and I quite liked how he...
Woof.
Don't interrupt me again. I quite like the way he styled it. But, of course, I don't think it's any better than the Grand Budapest. Can you stop going on?
Just wasn't a very good film though, was it?
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it, but I love Wes Anderson, so I'd imagine I quite like it.
Mr. Anderson.
Probably because you couldn't understand it, Dan.
Brilliant.
Was it puppets? How did they do it? Was it puppets?
It was stop motion.
Oh, it's stop motion. Oh, I love stop motion. My number 5 is Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War's on my list, a bit higher.
Didn't make it onto my list.
What? Yes, it did.
No,
Seriously?
In my Marvel list, Deadpool 2 was above Infinity War.
Are you really?
Yeah, it didn't make it onto my list.
It's really surprising.
Yeah.
Infinity Wars are both
It
on
is,
mine.
it is one of my honourable mentions though.
Oh,
Do you want to do that now?
Infinity War is an honourable mention.
Yeah. Glad we... Actually, I'm going to do an honourable mention.
An honourable.
Actually, I'm going to do an honourable mention.
Have you not got one?
No, but I just thought
Then
because
let's
you had an
not say
honourable...
what-
Tom, there's no
Well,
pressure to do one. It's fine.
I just felt on
Tom,
the spot.
I know you did.
was
I
like,
know
"Ah."
you reacted. how
Right,
you...
so Infinity War. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not on
Very
your
good
list because it's
film.
like one of your favourite films ever. Obviously
It's
not
as good as
though.
Deadpool, though.
Right, so
no taste.
you said you're number 5, haven't you?
Yeah,
This was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, you're number 4, please.
My number 4 is A Quiet Place
Ooh.
with Emily Blunt and John
Awful film.
Krasinski.
Awful
Shut
film.
no. Be
Oh
quiet.
no!
Be-
I proper
be
disagree.
quiet.
I
Wait.
I
Tom?
watched it and I hated it.
No, shut up.
I'm
Wait,
not, I'm not.
Tom,
I'm
why
being,
did you hate it? Why did you
I
hate
hated it because it was just. It had all the cliches.
Did you watch it in the cinema?
I think so. Yeah, when it came out.
Well,
yeah.
then I don't get how you can say it was an awful film.
I just really, I didn't enjoy it. Everyone bigged it up like most horror films, and to be honest with you, I wanted my money back. I
What
was
do you mean
disappointed.
everyone... Oh my god.
Was
Dan,
not a fan.
Why did you love it?
The way they took a horror film and made it purely based on sound the entire way through. Like, shut up. Especially with audience all around you. Then
Oh, we should have taken it in turns to do that.
oh yeah, should we do it again?
all around you?
Oh, I had a bit of biscuit in my throat. You can hear that.
Oh. Anyway, move on because Tom's gonna piss me off. What's your
Yeah.
number 4, Tom?
My number 4, it was Infinity War because I enjoyed Infinity War. I enjoyed it more than. I tell you what, in the past couple of years, Marvel films have been on point and they've been brilliant. I think, and I think they can only get better or worse. So you know.
That means nothing. You started really well.
We even agreed with you when you said better. We were like,
Right, my number 4 is something I did watch at the cinema. It was nominated for one of those Oscars last year. The Shape of Water, which came out.
I still haven't seen it.
Hang on.
Yeah, came out in 2018.
Well, I did look it up just to be sure because I didn't want
came
any
out in January.
discrepancies on the list. Tom, I've looked it up.
Tom, it came out in
It's fine.
January.
No, because it is on my list. I was just thinking. I thought it was wrong.
No, Shape of
But
Water.
I see why it's on your list.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Guillermo del Toro.
I have to admit, I have to say that
Got a big fish in it.
Essentially, yeah.
a big
But a
fish.
romance.
That's a synopsis. A big fish. No, to be honest with you, I love Guillermo del
Guillermo
Toro.
del Toro.
That's it. And Pan's
I love
Labyrinth
this person I can't
stand.
say their name of.
Did you prefer it to Pan's Labyrinth?
No. Pan's Labyrinth's on my top 10
Labyrinth.
films of all time.
Come
And the
in.
first time I watched it, I fell in love with how it was filmed. The cinematography was just excellent. The writing, and it has to be probably one of the most experimental foreign films because it was popular. It was a popular foreign film. You don't get a lot of that these days.
Have you heard
And
they're making a sequel?
I heard
And it can
rumours.
either get better or worse.
Wait, were you
Thanks,
joking
Sam.
about the sequel?
Yeah, I was joking.
Oh, I was going to be really excited now.
But
Yeah.
yeah, is it? I might sound really stupid.
No,
but I haven't seen it.
I'm pretty sure that
I haven't
there
seen
were
it, but
there were certain speculation that he might be going
Is
back
it
to
all
it.
in a foreign language?
Yeah.
It is.
But it's the thing about foreign
What, Pan's
films.
Labyrinth or Shape of
No,
Water?
Shape of
No, Shape of
Water.
Water isn't.
Dan,
It isn't.
No,
So
I
why is
hate
It was foreign director.
foreign director.
So when I said it's all in a foreign language,
I thought you were on about Pan's Labyrinth.
no.
It sounded like you're on
I've
Pan's
seen
Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Have you?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's not my kind of film, which is why I didn't watch Shape of Water.
That's
fair enough.
I don't like it.
Okay, whose is
Don't
it now?
ever-
Is it
Yeah.
my number 3?
No. I just wanted to say something else.
Wait, has he done his number 4? Have you done your number 4?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Infinity War.
Oh, sorry, crack on, yeah. What were you saying?
I have to just go back to what you're saying about Infinity War. I have to just go back to say what you were talking about Pan's Labyrinth. I love it as a film. It's on my top 10. And I think what's really interesting about it is a lot of the reason why people don't watch foreign films is because they don't want to be bothered to read the subtitles. And I think that's such sort of it's an idiotic answer. You've never read a book.
true.
Never read a book.
It's because people don't read as much,
You've
so they
never
don't
read
want to
a-
read subtitles.
No, I've never read a book.
Oh, Daniel. Petulant little boy.
And I don't care. Alright, my number 3. Starts with the number, actually.
What starts with 3? No, 3 billboards outside.
3 billboards outside Ebbing,
Ebbing,
Missouri.
Missouri.
I thought it was
That's
brilliant.
I haven't seen it.
Is it your number 3 as well?
No, of course it's not my number 3. I haven't even seen it.
I haven't seen
to be honest,
it.
You haven't seen it?
No, I really want
I
to.
stayed away.
Francis
McDonaghy. I think.
McDonaghy was amazing.
Apart from the big films this year, I tried staying away from most film released in the cinema because I went through a period of time of going to the
Is that
cinema.
why Shape of Water's on your list? The biggest film of the year.
Well, yeah, sort of. But what I'm trying to say is, a lot of the time when I went to the cinema in 2018, I was disappointed, and I think there's not going to be another good film to come out, apart from like Infinity War or Shape of Water, the big names. Do you see what I mean? And so I didn't feel compelled to go to
Woody
the cinema.
Harrelson was really good in it. Really
It's
good.
directed by Martin McDonaghy.
I have
who
no
does In
doubt.
Bruges.
I have no doubt that it's amazing,
It is
but I just haven't got
incredible.
around
I
to
highly
seeing it yet.
suggest you
Yeah, I
watch
do
it.
mean to.
Okay, for my number 3, it is Shape of Water. There we go. So that's sort of explained. We had that
What
thing
is
about
the
Pan's
shape of water?
Labyrinth. I guess it's just sort of.
It's
It
a
might be a
metaphor.
metaphor. Yeah.
Because there is no shape of water and there's no rules to love.
Gay.
Is this got gay?
No,
Anyway.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
My number.
Although going back to it, my only criticism was I felt that the scene with
the dancing scene.
No.
They danced.
You know
With a
when
big fish.
you know when the guy, her roommate, the man, goes to the art and everything for the advertisements.
Yeah.
You know when he goes to that bar and orders that pie.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah. I felt like the guy serving him, he was just such a stereotype of the 1950s. Like, was it set in the 1950s? I'm pretty sure it was. And it was just ridiculous, and it just felt like, oh, PC alert. Just annoyed me a little bit. But apart from that, excellent film.
My number 3 was Into the Spideyverse, which is just a really.
Which, by the
really
way,
good film.
I watched yesterday, and yeah, it was pretty good.
It's really good.
After
film.
these guys suggested it to me, it was
Love
pretty good.
Nicolas Cage in it.
If you want to hear more about it, it's on the Marvel podcast we did. You can go watch last time.
Oh yeah.
If you subscribe, you'll be able to watch all the others as well.
We should definitely do an animated video soon where
We
we
should.
because we all love animated films, especially me.
We'll do an animated
Especially
podcast.
me.
And if you guys got any,
Especially me.
Especially me.
Especially me.
if you guys got any suggestions for any other podcast you want us to do, let us know.
Oh, we're not doing any rude ones. Like, we're not going to be rating girls or
No one said that.
anything like
this
that.
Is a film
I know, but I just
music channel.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to tell them. We're not objectifying to women. We're actually very accepting.
What are you
Dan's
on
got a
about?
We love them.
girlfriend.
We understand they have nice bodies. We love it. We love it. We're not just looking for the body. We're looking for
Personality.
personality. That's one.
I'm not saying any of this.
There's more. Come on.
Right, so moving on to my number 2. It went to Hereditary.
I love Hereditary.
Hereditary is such a good film.
So brilliant.
It's
How did Tony? What's her name?
Tony Cal? I think I wrote
Tony
it
Coletti.
down. Coletti?
Tony Coletti. Not get nominated.
She not even nominated for an Oscar. She is so good in that film.
None of the film was
So
nominated for an Oscar. Nothing like that film.
I don't get it. I think
Yeah.
it's horror films, you know. I don't think they do
reckon?
it for the Oscars. When was the last time you saw? Oh, to be fair, Get Out. That was nominated last year. Have you seen Get Out?
Yeah, I watched it with you.
You did watch it with me. Get Out was amazing.
Did they get nominated for an Oscar?
Yeah, they won.
It won the Oscar Best Picture, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
Did it? Oh
Yeah.
wow, I'm happy.
It was so good.
Okay, number 2 for me has to be Widows. I thought it was an exceptional film. Well filmed, great casting, very strong lead.
Seen it.
Not yet, no. But I highly urge you to watch it because it is a great film. And I remember, I think the trailers, they picked it up perfectly. I think they did pretty good at the box office. I'm not too sure. And I just thought overall it was a great film.
It's quite. Is it like feministic?
Feminist.
Yeah. Is it like? Does it have like a feminist agenda to it? Because that's how they sold it, and the title "Widows" as well. And from what I've seen of the trailers and stuff.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think there's I don't think there's every film that comes out these days and TV, especially these days, there has to have that sort of political agenda thing, which I mean does annoy me sometimes when it's like you can tell, and we'll get to that later on because we have quite an interesting one for our biggest surprise later.
Oh,
which
yes,
is gonna be the
we
big
do.
reveal.
Yes, we
Big
do.
reveal. We've decided
A joint one.
a joint one, but it's
Against you.
Oh,
Against
so you
you.
two have joined together to discuss your lists without me.
It's just the one.
Right, okay.
Okay. And Seth, what's
You're
yours?
number 2.
My number 2 was Hereditary as well.
Hereditary as well.
Makes sense.
So good. So good.
Oh, that actress. What's her name? Tony
Tony Cavillo.
Tony Coletti.
stop.
How did she not get
Right,
Deja vu.
my number 1, you're going to disagree, Bohemian Rhapsody.
I disagree.
Bohemian
Eat
Rhapsody.
this. But
Not only because of Rami Malek's performance, because he was exceptional and he's going to win best actor,
You should, to be fair.
best performance, but the film was just perfect in every single
I
way.
did really enjoy his performance. I wouldn't rate it so high. I wasn't massively impressed, and I thought it was a bit too long, and it didn't have to have the end section. But it was a pretty strong film, and for Queen fans, it was great. I remember a lot of the hype. It was sort of nostalgic for old people because, especially your dad. Didn't your dad see them?
Yeah, Live Aid.
Yeah. So that must have been like
One of
wow.
the best performances ever.
Yeah, you see, I feel like it was very much
Roger Taylor.
It's just
The kid who played
You're
Roger
just saying
Taylor.
random words now.
No,
Dan.
the kid who played Roger Taylor, the drummer.
Yeah.
He started his career off in EastEnders, and then he was in X-Men. Do you remember the guy who played Angel, who jumped out the fucking window?
That's fair.
Sorry, the guy who jumped out the window.
don't swear.
Anyway, yeah, he played Roger Taylor, and he was so good for a little EastEnders actor.
About Bohemian Rhapsody though, I do feel like it was fan service a lot of it. Like if you didn't like Queen, you wouldn't like the film, which is the criticism
Yeah.
I have of it. Especially Live Aid at the end.
But who doesn't like Queen?
It's true. Most people do like Queen.
I tell you what, during the hype of the film, I was having a big debate with a lot of people whether Queen or the Beatles were better.
Queen. The Queen.
Dan, go somewhere.
You think the Beatles?
The Beatles are undoubtedly one of the most influential and sort of,
You could say exactly the same about Queen.
No. Queen, they released a lot of great music, but it was nothing compared to what the Beatles did. The Beatles released some of the most important...
My number 1.
I think you're going to get a lot of disagreements with that from people.
I don't think I will,
Definitely
because, well, me and
You
Seth...
guys are a lot
me
more
and Seth-
indie, kind of like, yeah, we like that kind of music. Let's.
No, I like Queen music because I was brought up on it, but I was also brought up on the Beatles, and I think it's sort of comparing... It's comparing gold to silver, in my opinion.
Number 1.
My number 1, I've said it, Bohemian
You said
Rhapsody.
You mean my number 1?
Sorry.
My number 1 is The Favourite with Olivia Colman, Emma Stone, and
Rachel Weisz.
it was excellent.
Why did I have to say that?
Because I
You just want to give me... Oh, you forgot. I thought you wanted
forgot her
to
name.
make me feel involved or something.
No, but great cinematography. I thought it was. I just loved it so much. The casting was on point, and yeah, that's all I can say. I just loved it. Just like you like Bohemian Rhapsody. It's all subjective at the end of the day.
All the lead actresses were so amazing in it.
Yeah,
all of them.
and
deserve
I
an
just
Oscar,
loved. I loved the aesthetic of
Oh!
it. It's just.
Really. He's still doing Queen Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh!
This is how small his brain is. He can't quite remove himself from the world of Queen.
Right, my number 1 is Mission Impossible Fallout. It's
Why?
Shut up.
Name,
It's not though, is
okay,
it?
can you name a better action film that isn't a superhero movie?
Widows.
That doesn't count as an action
Yes,
film.
it does.
No.
Yes, it does.
A better action
Despite the fact
film
that most of
isn't
it-
a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Is that this year or ever?
In the past 10 years.
In the past 10 years.
Exactly, it's
No,
so
no,
brilliant.
no,
No,
no.
I gave you 5 seconds to think
I
of one. That
can't
means
even
it's the
think
best
of any.
film.
I can't think of any
ever.
action films that aren't superhero movies.
Avatar?
That wasn't
No, I
better.
didn't like Avatar at all.
No, but Mission Impossible Fallout, Tom Cruise still doing all his own stunts at a grand age.
Oh, I didn't really like Avatar that
That-
much.
That's my record.
That-
But I
That.
Skyfall. Dan, Skyfall came out later than that.
Yeah, shut up. That
Okay.
is the best Bond film.
I'm gonna
ever.
say-
No, Skyfall. Skyfall.
I don't know if
way.
you can see that, but that's Casino Royale.
Mission Impossible was better than Skyfall.
But what's better than Casino
It
Royale?
wasn't better than Casino Royale, but it was better than
yeah,
Skyfall.
Better than Skyfall.
Yep.
I'd say that as well.
Oh, we just did that. That's a double whammy.
Oh.
2 against 1. Right.
Right,
Moving on. That's
because
quick.
we're at the end of our number 1s, I just want to say some honourable mentions that didn't really make into my list, but I feel like they deserve a say in being some of the best films of this year. First of all, Mamma Mia 2. Don't care what either of you say, it was a brilliant film. It was...
Mamma Mia.
Did Mamma Mia get nominated for an Oscar? I don't think it...
No, it did. Why
No, I
would
don't
Mamma
think it-
Mia
I
get
don't think it
nominated
did.
for an Oscar?
Exactly, why
Nothing.
would it? It's rubbish.
Did Mission Impossible get nominated for an Oscar?
Yes.
What?
No, don't nominate action films.
They don't nominate musicals either.
Yeah, but... Tom,
Anyway,
help.
Dad. And also my one, Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories was bloody brilliant.
My 2 honourable mentions.
Brilliant.
Don't want to talk about that.
I have to say, Paddington 2.
Technically, that was the
Came
year
out in
before, but I
2017.
love Paddington 2.
Came out in 2017, so we can stop right there.
Okay.
No, stop the conversation. It didn't
Can I
come out
just
in
get a
20.
high
You can get a high five.
No, it wasn't Paddington 2.
You got...
It wasn't Paddington 2, despite the fact I loved that.
Whoa.
It was an animated film that came out this year. Which
Early
I really
Man?
enjoyed. That was it. That was
Early
it.
Man wasn't good.
Early
Man
Man
wasn't
no.
good.
was good.
That's an honourable mention for me because I love Aardman
I
films.
love Hardman films.
Just since I was little and I went to the cinema to see Wallace and Gromit and the Were Rabbit. Gromit.
That was weird. Gromit.
That was weird. Right, and you can tell we've clearly obstructed the Jurassic Park poster like
calling
it
me,
should be.
You calling me fat?
Anyway,
No, I mean,
are we?
Oh, broad.
Are we
Moving
done?
on.
Are we done with this segment?
No, what were we talking about?
You like Paul
Early
Thomas,
Man.
though?
Early
Are we
Man's
done?
brilliant.
Are we done with this segment?
Oh, do I have any honourable mentions?
Yeah, 2. I only have 1.
Do I have any honourable mentions? No, I don't.
Bottom 3 of this year. Do you mind if I kick it off? If that's all right.
Yeah, we'll switch up the way the list goes. That's fine.
Dan, no, if you want to go.
No, it's all right. Tom, you can go.
No, if you want to.
Sorry. Dan, you're going to hate me for this.
Wait, is this a.
Bohemian
Wait.
Rhapsody.
No, that's not true. You said
it
you've done
is.
that to annoy me.
No, I promised you. That was how I wrote
We
the
were
list.
speaking earlier today, and you said at best it was okay.
Yeah, at best it was okay.
So you're saying there are films. You're saying Bohemian Rhapsody at okay is one of the worst films of the
Well,
year.
yeah, but like I told you, I didn't see. I didn't go out to see every film that came out this year. But the films I did, that was probably one of the most disappointing. And I was like, I went to the guy because we went to Froome Cinema to see it, and we were like, "Can I have my £4
Maybe it's
back?"
because you went to Froome Cinema.
I doubt it was because I think it would be the same film, Daniel.
To be
I don't think
fair,
it's going to be a
The
massive difference.
sound
The sound is important with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, but that's like
still.
That's the one thing that always was like, oh, but the music. It's a film. Music and film are two completely different things. Don't mix them up. It's pointless.
So you're saying all musicals are pointless?
What about all these lovely soundtracks?
Musicals are
behind
different.
us?
Musicals use the element of music. I'm speaking with my mouth.
Yes, most people do speak with their mouth.
Full.
Anyway,
Full.
Seth, do you want to do your number 3?
My number 3 is the sequel to Fantastic Beasts, and it was The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Haven't watched it, heard it's dreadful.
Shockingly
Have you heard
boring.
they've contracted for another 3 movies?
I will be watching them, but I won't be watching them.
There's supposed to be 5 altogether.
Oh God, it was so dull. They made it. They thought it was
see?
really epic as well, but it wasn't.
You see, that's what you're buying into. Bad film. Next bad film. Another bad film. It's just a whole cycle, round and.
No, but if it wasn't associated with the Harry Potter films and J.K. Rowling, it would not get any viewers because it's shocking.
Although Eddie Redmayne is good.
Eddie Redmayne is brilliant in everything.
Right, my
next
number
one.
3.
Oh, but I was, I kicked it off.
Oh, we did switch the order around.
My number 3.
No,
he hasn't said his number 3.
I said-
No, he hasn't said his number 3.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Sorry, oh, I'm sorry, don't hurt me, sorry.
My number 3, you probably haven't seen it, the Slender Man movie.
I'll tell you what.
It was dreadful.
I don't know why I didn't go to see it because,
was
I
awful.
love the concept of Slender Man.
Don't watch it, honestly.
Did you play the game?
Yeah,
Ages ago?
I played the game.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was one of the best horror games ever made.
Yeah,
But-
agreed. It's a great game, and I thought if you drop your phone?
No.
Okay. I think the concept originally.
The concept originally...
Yeah, the concept originally is it's so good that answer this. How did they waste it?
Slender Man wasn't in it. He wasn't in it.
That probably didn't help.
No,
He wasn't in it. You saw him at the end. He wasn't in
I
it.
don't think I'm hearing you correctly.
Slender Man in this film was a psychological thing that got into your brain.
But that's not Slender Man. Slender Man.
Yeah,
is.
exactly. That's why it was so dreadful. Slender Man wasn't in it at all. You saw, in the game it goes all fuzzy, then you see
Yeah.
his face. At the end, it goes all fuzzy, you see his face. Credits roll. It's the only part you see of Slender Man.
You are kidding.
The rest of the film, it's tree branches, and they're like, "Oh my god, no, it's a tree." You don't see him.
That is.
Games into movies never work.
First time I watched it, I fell asleep because I was tired, and then again I watched it again. And I was like, right, it couldn't have been that bad. I was tired when I watched it. Let's watch it again.
Did you fall asleep again?
Dreadful.
Oh.
No, I didn't fall asleep again because I was like, I got to give it a chance. But yeah. Right, Tom, you're number 2.
Incredibles 2.
Again, I haven't seen it. I want to watch it. I'm borrowing it off you.
Incredibles
Oh,
2.
okay.
Several things I'm going to say first. Political agenda is applicable to most films that come out these days.
Feminism.
It is feminism, that one, yeah. Too much, a little bit.
Good.
I want to know your opinion where you stand on that because a lot of people
What,
love
feminism?
I'm pro.
No. I mean like embedded feminism and political messages in a film just for the sake of it, not to add to the story, just for the sake of it.
I think it's... no comment.
No comment.
Can't say.
No comment.
It's like a politician.
Come on, that'll get me in dirt.
He's got a girlfriend. A very pretty girlfriend. I love
the
you,
second
Alex. A very pretty girlfriend. I love you,
second
Alex. A very pretty girlfriend. I love
the
you,
second
Alex. For the bad guys. And
Just awful.
yes, Dan.
When you
And
first
a
watched
real
it,
a real.
I remember when you first
disgrace.
watched it, you came out of the cinema and said it was quite good.
Looking back, it just reminded me how much I loved the
Ow.
first Incredibles. That's what it did.
I wouldn't.
You're number
My number 2, I can't remember the name of it to be honest. It's Johnny English. It might be something like Strikes Again.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. The third one, it's just
I didn't
rubbish.
bother watching it because I knew it was going to be bad. But it's a Johnny English film, so it could have been good.
Exactly. How fun would a spy spoof be to do?
Yeah.
It'd be so fun, wouldn't it, if you were a director or an actor? But for some reason, it just wasn't
the
funny.
trailer where he was wearing the virtual reality headset, it just didn't look funny
No,
at all.
that went on too long and it wasn't funny. It wasn't interesting. Dan.
My number 2, watch it together, The Nun. The Nun was dreadful. For the reason it's in the bottom 3, I'm such a big fan of the Conjuring universe. Like, it's my passion in the horror films, and oh my god, did they butcher The Nun? One of the best horror icons in film these days, and
That took a while to come out.
They got her
In
so wrong. They did it awful.
She was so scary in The Conjuring 2. She was so formidable, and yet
that
and then
boy
she was awful.
actor in it who played what's his name? He was dreadful.
What, the one with the dodgy accent?
Yeah, the one that was, he couldn't tell what he wanted to be.
The acting was bad
It was
throughout. Actually,
awful.
it was so.
Oh, it annoys me so much. I was so excited for The Nun.
Tom,
Your number one worst film of the year.
worst film of the year.
Okay. I'd probably say this was mood, setting, day. Because, you know, all of these additional factors, you've got to think of what day was it when you went to see this film. And I remember we were in Bath. I'll paint the picture for you. We were in Bath. It was
We'll close our
pouring
eyes.
rain.
We were in the bath.
Rain was not in the bath. Not in the bath. We were in Bath.
Who's we?
Me, Seth, Becca,
Oh, I
and
know
Dan.
what it is now.
Right, okay.
Dan is his brother, not that Dan. Not to get confused with the other Dan. This Dan. Dan. E.
Superior.
He's got darker
No.
skin.
Where do you stand on that in films? Anyway, yeah, say what it was.
And we were getting in. We had all the food. We were just like, I'm just so wet. Not.
You were in the bath and we were
Wet.
wet. We get it. What happened?
I don't really want to finish that sentence.
You haven't told us the film yet, Tom.
Well, yeah, but it's just you just set me up. You're setting me
What
up like
is
you did
it?
last time. It was the man and the gun.
The old man and his gun.
That's the one.
I haven't seen it. I was looking
I'll tell you
forward to it though,
Why didn't you see it then?
because I just never got around to it.
Fair enough. I'd say I didn't know anything about it before going in. Usually that's a good thing, and in this case, it wasn't a good thing because I found it quite dull and boring. And I thought the concept was good. Actually, to be honest,
True story though, so that's no credit to the writing team. It's just based on true story.
I think it could have been far. It
Imagine
felt a
someone
bit-
saying the script is bad to a true story. Tom.
Dun, 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 dun.
I said it was incorrectly adapted. Two different things.
I can quote you. You said the
Yeah,
script
Dan.
was bad.
None of that.
Right, cool.
Yeah, I didn't like it that much. I felt it was a bit boring, and I felt the strongest part was obviously Casey Affleck.
Casey Affleck.
Who
My
I love.
guy. Love him.
I love Casey Affleck, but rather than that,
Robert Redford was good as well. It's his last film, so everyone made a big deal out of it. And he was okay.
sure.
My number one worst film was also The Nun. Because it was just
Wait,
so
your number one?
bad. My worst film of the year
Wait,
was
I haven't done
The
my
Nun.
number one.
No, you're going to do
Oh,
it.
I'm next.
It sort of
Wanna
goes
go-
in a cycle.
No, yeah, we've spoken about none. Right, my number one film.
Wait.
Horror films. Not a good year for horror films on my list.
Oh, I know
My
what-
number one, Truth or Dare.
Oh, God.
The worst horror film I've
Wait, hang
ever
on, that came out
seen.
this year.
Truth or Dare.
Last year.
Last year. Truth or
No,
Dare.
I meant that. That came out in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truth
It
or
feels
Dare.
like a lot longer ago that came out. Because
Truth
I
or
didn't see
Dare.
it, but I just remember all of the.
Literally-
Is that the social media one?
No, that's Unfriended.
That's unfriendly.
No, but
Oh.
they talk through social media to do dares and stuff.
No, that you're thinking of Unfriended. No, it's not that one.
What is it? Tell me the
Right,
tell me the
Truth or
concept.
Dare. These school kids, they're about to go off to university. They go on a gap year to this holiday place. It's really run down and stuff. They go there. They find this abandoned castle at the top of a mountain. The mountain's stupid as well. It's like a peak with just a castle on top.
Just a
And
castle.
They go into it and this guy's there. They meet him. He's like, "Hey, you guys want to play Truth or Dare with me?" No questions as to why he's in this castle. They're like, "Yeah, sure." Start playing Truth or Dare. Turns out Truth or Dare is a game where Truth or Dare is actually a person, and he takes over your brain when you get asked to do the dare, and you actually have to do it. Like it makes you physically do it, and they ask you things like kill someone.
That sounds a
do
lot
this, do
like
this.
my Saturday evenings.
And anyway, don't watch it. I'm going to spoil the ending
Yeah,
for
tell
you.
it. Tell
At
us
the
the
end,
ending.
the whole world dies. The
Tell you what.
entire planet dies from a game
Every-
of Truth or Dare.
Every bad film ends on that, and I tell you my issue. I love Cabin in the Woods as a film, but I hate the ending. I hate the ending because
We
it
watched
does.
Cabin in the Woods together.
It does precisely that, and I remember watching it, and I was just like, I mean, it was a good film, but
Yeah.
that ending just ruined it. And I mean, I hate concepts with that because it's just, why don't you just surprise us? Don't do something which is so overdone.
Absolutely.
Are we doing
Oh God.
biggest surprise?
Yes.
Biggest
Yeah,
surprise.
biggest
I've got
surprise.
two. I've got a worst surprise and best surprise.
Okay, no, that's a good way to do it.
Right, my best surprise. No idea it was coming out. Saw it on Sky. I didn't even see it in cinemas. It just came out. Game Night with Jason Bateman.
That's your best surprise.
It was incredible. Like,
I've
so
actually heard
good.
good
It's got
things.
92% on Rotten Tomatoes. It just came out of nowhere. I highly suggest you watch it. It's funny. It's creepy at some points.
Really?
It's really good.
The trailer was really rubbish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looked terrible. That's why it's my biggest
Exactly,
surprise.
yeah.
It was so good.
Oh, I'll have to watch that.
Watch it twice.
No, I'll just watch it once.
Yeah, but
thank
I've
you.
watched it twice.
Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit for my best ones because I'm going to do two.
Yeah, I'm doing two. Biggest surprise.
No, but I'm doing two for the biggest surprise.
Two best biggest surprises.
Best biggest
Yeah, that's
surprises.
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
One of them is I thought the new most recent season. Actually, no, it wouldn't be because technically it was carried on. So I'll erase that.
Cut.
Cut indeed, because Tom Kerry, that guy, actually lost the rest of the footage. So, yeah, pretty disappointing, but there's nothing you can do if we lose the footage. So, unfortunately, you won't be able to find out their biggest surprise, and you won't be able to know all of our most anticipated films of 2019. So, sorry again, but if you like the video anyway, then feel free to give it a like, and subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any of our uploads. And, yeah, next week we'll be back for our top 7 animated films ever made. So, make sure you stay tuned for that one. Sorry again.